This is a very remote part of the Simpson Desert. So if you'd like to find out whether a BYD shark can get here or not, and in what condition, stay tuned for this episode.
In this episode, the boys push deep into the heart of the Simpson Desert, really putting the shark through its paces. After a rocky start last episode with the shark breaking down less than 100 k's into the adventure,
it's pissing out.
the boys are hoping they can knock over a few k's and get back on track without too many more hold-ups.
What's going on here, mate?
What are you laughing at?
What's going on here? Feels like we might be bogged. At no point did Matt say to me there was hard labour involved in crossing the Simpson Desert, but here we are. I don't know.
You're still sooking over here. He just wants to go home.
Yeah.
The influences.
The Alpha would have killed this hill.
The lads try to answer the curly question of which drive mode is best for the Simo.
Is sand the best mode for this sort of trail? I mean, this is where I just don't know what you really want. This car doesn't make sense.
And Matt's got an out-of-the-box idea to try and sort out the flies.
Hey, what are you doing?
No flies on me. Oh.
The convoy ventures south to one of the lesser travelled parts of the desert.
Wow.
Man, like,
Dude.
like we're meant to be in the desert.
No, the botanical gardens.
It is like a blanket of yellow that rolls over the hills.
You get the most beautiful sunsets out here in the desert. Just, I don't think the camera will do it justice.
And with over 250 k's still to travel, including 2 unknown detours due to the recent rain, the team have to press into the night to get back on track. Welcome to Shark Out of Water, Part 2.
Alright, I'm going to let you have another drive of my car. Do not break it. You've got a good history.
I can't guarantee it, mate.
I tell ya. I think I've let you drive 3 of my cars, and 3 times you busted them.
Well, that should be 3 from 3. Like, it's done now.
Yeah, okay. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So I haven't really driven this in sand. How are you finding it out here?
Well, it's doing really well, but I think as the sand gets softer, it'll be a true test, mate. But for now, in what we're dealing with, it's performing great.
What's it doing on the fuel side of things?
Currently at 16.6 litres.
Per 100?
Yeah, per 100.
Okay.
So 11.9 on the KWs and 20 litres per 100 in the fuel.
But I absolutely do not trust those numbers. I don't find them to be accurate. Like when I was coming out to Alice Springs, I was doing proper range. Like I did this many kilometres and I put this much into the fuel tank, and it was 2 litres per 100 out. It was notoriously bad.
We'll see if we got the same opinion after another 1,000 dunes, eh?
Yeah, we haven't even done 100 yet.
The shark's going pretty well. Even though we had that bit of an issue back there.
Yeah.
Like,
that was stressful.
yeah, it was a little, well, you had a little bit on. I was like, I'm just going to catch a lift for the next
Yeah, you were out of there.
car, mate. But,
Yeah, I know, my mates are.
But,
Yeah,
even though that happened, like, you know, it seems to be back to life and doing its thing. So it's,
I don't understand how it, I mean, I'm sure it's not fixing itself, but it's almost like the brake system burped itself a few times and has come good because we've got proper brakes again. It's all doing the normal thing.
Perie Bore is where the Simpson starts to get serious, and it's a great spot for a bit of lunch, even if it's currently inhabited by about 6 million flies.
What do you reckon of Perie Bore? Flies!
Plenty of flies. I'm trying to have a feed.
Look at the back. Look at the back. It's just dreadful.
Half rat, half fly. That's what's for lunch.
Yep. Check out how all the minerals are built up. And the flies. Look how the flies are built up.
After leaving the bore, the team push into the Mungathiri Simpson Desert National Park. And this is where we start to see those iconic dunes rising up from the horizon.
So we're 180 k's from Mount Dare.
And we're using 18.1 litres per 100 currently.
Currently, according to the computer, which we don't believe in.
But what are we? We've got like a quarter of a tank of fuel left.
Yeah.
And 70% charge left in the battery.
Yeah.
So in sand mode, it's putting 2.3 kilowatt hours into the battery of the car.
Yeah.
So we can use that in EV.
Yep.
But it's burning 18.8 litres per 100, so it says.
Yep.
To put that charge into that battery, because the combustion engine's not offering us any drive assistance, yeah? Or is it?
No, it's purely a generator at this speed. So I wonder, maybe tomorrow, because we're nearly at the end of the day, we change modes. Play with a different mode, see what happens.
Try mud or something.
Yeah, just see what happens.
In the sand, because that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. This car doesn't make sense.
Camping in the national park is allowed between the dunes up to 50 metres either side of the track, and there are some simply amazing spots if you keep your eyes peeled. It's time to set up camp and take in Lucas's first true desert sunset from the top of the dunes.
How good is it going on an adventure, eh?
Any better than the Simpson Desert, mate?
Mate, that sunset and what we went through today, absolutely epic. Who knows what's in front of us over there, but I reckon it's a whole heap more adventure. But you know what I feel like doing right now?
What's that?
Going down there, lighting the fire, and just chilling out and enjoying our first night in the desert. When I come out the desert, something I love to do in the early morning is just go for a walk. You can fall into a trap out here of thinking there's nothing out here. Well, there's no skyscrapers. That's a good thing. There's very few other people. That's nice. But there's a beauty out here and a life out here that you have to take the time to appreciate and enjoy. So come for a walk. There's a beautiful desert flower. Look at that. Right next to it, this beautiful purple. Right next to that, beautiful white flower. Now the thing is, I didn't see this until I came down here and just started looking. Just looking at everything and taking the time. Look at this. I guess it's ants or something like that going on in there. Okay, come over here. Little hole there. Something down there. Little ants down in there. Tiny, tiny little ants. They live here. Look at that grass. The seeds on that grass. And what you'll find, you just keep doing that. And you just keep exploring the desert, and there is so much beauty in this creation. So much beauty. And it's so quiet. And a little bird over there. That's about it. Anyway, you know what we've got to do now? We've got to see if we can get a shark out of water to keep crossing the desert. So Lucas, you were driving yesterday, I'm having a drive today. let's mess around with the different drive modes and see, like, is sand the best mode for this sort of trail? So it feels to me very front biased. Like, I was just going up that sand dune there and the traction control was going off and it was all happening on the front end. I presume the rear's pushing.
Yeah, that's not a skill issue though.
No, oh no, oh heck no. It's like when you stand on it, it accelerates really fast, but it feels like the front's doing more of the work.
Yep.
Did you find that?
Yeah, my opinion is exactly the same, mate. It seemed to have a little bit more grunt, I guess, in this terrain. But yeah, I found if you had a little bit of right hand down and stood on it, you could really feel the front doing the work. So sand mode, mate, we've done.
Yeah.
Snow mode, what's the go?
Well, I haven't done a lot of snow driving. Have you done much?
No.
No, I know you had a little bit of snow on Love Hill once, but that's probably not snow driving. So, in my mind and my limited experience with snow is you want to avoid wheel spin at all costs because that's what turns the snow to ice and then it's slippery. But in snow mode, it feels like it's lively. It feels like I've got lots of poke and acceleration.
Well, it sits you in the seat, just like normal mode did, really.
I'll give that a stab there. We're going.
Yeah, it's got plenty of go.
I don't think it's very front biased. I think it's actually quite even front to rear. I mean, this is where I just don't know what you really want, but in my head and my understanding of things, I would think I'd want a 50-50 split in sand.
Yeah, well, I think that's our four-wheel drive sensors coming in, mate. Because
from a traditional drive line, which is what you get. Yeah,
bit of low range, and we just want that positive drive to the front and rear axles.
Yeah.
Come on, lads, less testing and more driving. We've got some Ks to cover today. Whatever you do, just don't get bogged, all right?
Oh, what's going on here, mate?
What are you laughing at?
What's going on here? Feels like we might be bogged.
Oh, of course, just what we need. Good job, lads.
Mate, jump out. Start doing navvy stuff.
I know. I'm out. I'll put the thumb out again. Someone come and give me a lift, please. One job. One job, Matthew.
There's nothing wrong with getting stuck. It's part of the adventure, sunshine.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with getting stuck when you expect someone else to get it out for you.
Well, that's your job.
Yeah, I know, that's the
I'm going to talk
problem.
to the lovely people on the other side of this camera. So I'm still very much learning what tyre pressures the Shark likes. It's quite a heavy vehicle, as we all know. So I've now dropped these fronts down to 15 and I'll drop the backs down to around 20, 18, 20, something like that. We'll see how that goes.
Be good if you led with that. And I wouldn't be here shoveling it out right now. At no point did Matt say to me there was hard labour involved in crossing the Simpson Desert, but here we are. I don't know.
You're still sooking over here.
He needs to... There's no on and off button here. Matt doesn't know how to use it.
Last time I was out here in the Simo, I had a 79 series which was twin locked and I got it bogged in a similar position intentionally, and I used just a shovel to get it out. Now if you'd like to watch that video, it'll be linked above.
I reckon we're gonna have to pull these tread boards off, mate, but see how you go. 100%, no.
Just go straight to wheel spin. Okay, it's mainly under this side here.
It's the whole car.
No, it's
You've bogged
not.
the whole car.
No, don't be like that.
Where's the lighter?
Ah, gee, you give up easy. He just wants to go home.
Yeah.
The influences.
The Alpha would have killed this hill. It's pulling it under.
There we go. Now we got it. Don't ever see getting stuck as some sort of failure. It happens, it's part of the fun.
I want to see tyre marks to this point and then no tyre marks till about there. So that's going to require more speed.
I'm going to show you how to drive then, Lucas. Not fly.
He's already demonstrated that, guys. How Matt drives? Not good. Right, mate, let's go.
All right, I'm in EV mode.
You.
That's what YouTubers do.
Are you okay?
I was trying to do the YouTuber thing.
That's why you're worth millions. The handbrake on?
Yeah.
Well, now you've got yourself out of that pickle, lads. Let's crack on.
Are you not entertained?
Not really.
Not really.
Matt, aren't you forgetting someone?
Oh well. I probably got a better chance of making it over the desert without him. Perfectly honest.
All right, I'm trying mountain mode now. Now, if you ask me to design a system for a car to drive mountains, I'm going to make sure that the back end has all the power.
Yep.
So what I'm thinking is we should see, you know, we've talked about how it's front biased. We should see more or less front bias and more
Rear
equal.
drive, yeah. I wonder how the traction control deals with the different modes in those different situations as well. Anyway, mountain mode.
Mountain mode. So I've got mud mode, which feels totally inappropriate, but let's try that. So running mud mode for a little bit now. It's it feels evenly biased, to be honest.
Yep.
So, and it's got a lot of pep. Like you give her a squirt and she goes.
I think that's a common theme over all of the modes.
All of the modes.
Yeah,
she just goes.
It just goes. Like it's just got heaps of power.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm still not quite sure which drive mode's best, lads. But I'm sure you'll let us know when you work it out for yourself, eh?
So I've been thinking a bit, Lucas, and that's what the noise has been you've been hearing. You know how when I got stuck,
He did get stuck.
I think what's happening, because you come into that and you've got your momentum, which I know is right,
Yep.
but the amount of feed on you give is different because you don't get the engine, well, you do get the engine noise, but it's not actually telling you anything about what the wheels are doing.
No, that's right.
So I'm hearing the motor revving like stink, and I reckon I probably backed off earlier than I needed to when I came over that.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
Yeah, so because I think what's happening is just like yourself, years of wheeling and listening to the motor and feeling everything.
Yep.
That communicates to me what's going on in the vehicle, and this is messing with that calibration, if you will.
Yep.
I'll tell you what I want to try is going into EV mode, so you don't have the engine at all,
Just have it
purely
silent.
electric,
Yeah, right.
so you don't trick your brain. 'Cause it doesn't, my understanding, EV, HEV doesn't change the four-wheel drive performance of the vehicle, it just changes the battery life.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's something I want to try.
Try and dull it down. Make it less confusing.
Yeah, just see if I can, you know, learn. It's just trying to learn and understand how this type of tech works off-road.
Yeah.
Oh mate, we've got a full battery. We've got no kilometres left of petrol, but the petrol motor is still running, so we're probably down to the last 5 litres in the tank, I'd say.
You're running on fumes, mate.
Fumes. And we're probably a K off the Coulson track, so we're on the French line and we'll get to the Coulson track. So I reckon we stop for lunch there.
Yep.
And we are 215 k's from Mount Dare.
Yep.
Having a rough guess, we've probably got 260, 270 k's out of, let's say, a full battery and full tank of fuel.
Yep.
But some of that was the high speed on the gibbers, so I don't know. Are we using more fuel in the sand like now,
Yeah.
or when we were doing like those dirt roads and stuff?
Well, I think it's faring pretty well, seeing as you're still at 70% on battery power.
Yeah, well, total k's left is 54 is what it's saying at the moment.
Well, there you have it, guys. We've done some dunes. We've been bogged. I'm hungry. Let's get to Coulson, hey? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm keen, mate. I'm keen. I'm glad you said we got bogged. I'm liking that inclusive language, because previously it's always been you got bogged.
I didn't have a choice, did I? Anyway, let's go and get some lunch and some flies.
Lunch is pretty important on a trip like this. All the crew need a good feed, and to be honest, the flies have been pretty damn annoying. But Matt reckons he's got an out-of-the-box solution for this, and he's keen to show us all that he's more than just a pretty face.
Mate, what are you doing?
I'm mincing flies.
You're
Chop suey flies.
meant to be heating it, not cooling it.
Well, dude,
There is.
look.
Oh, it actually works.
Yeah.
This is why he's called Mad Matt. Stay away.
Stay away. I'm going to put the frame on. It feels very dangerous. No flies on me.
Is it actually blowing them away?
Well, there's not a lot around.
It's actually not terrible.
Like, at least you can make your sandwich with minimal flies.
It's not a bad thing, though.
Yeah, all the bagging out of Matt, all of a sudden Matt's all right.
No one ever said that.
Time to put a bit of fuel in. I bought this $70 fuel pump, electric fuel pump from somewhere or other online. So it works. We'll see how long it works for. It has a major flaw though. It doesn't go to the bottom of the jerry cans. So at some point I'll have to take the jerry cans out and put them in the tank if I run out.
After a kind of fly-free lunch, thanks to Matt's invention, the boys have hit the Coulson track to take a little detour to a pretty special spot in the desert.
We've just turned onto the Coulson track, and I've never been here before.
Really?
I love doing tracks I've never done, mate.
Yeah. Well, all of these tracks I've never done, so I'm loving the whole bloody trip.
What's cool about it,
Yeah.
so far on the French line we've been going up and down dunes. This time we're going between dunes because we're running parallel with them. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Shark handles what looks like probably higher speed trails. Like we're able to do 40k an hour now quite comfortably.
Yep.
So yeah, anyway, we've got about 20 k's, then we're going to hit the WAA line.
The Coulson track intersects with the WAA line, which along with the rig road was actually put in for oil exploration back in the day. The WAA is also a lesser travelled track, so it's a good chance to see just how much this water has brought the desert to life.
Check out. Wow.
Man. Like,
Dude.
like we're meant to be in the desert.
No, the botanical gardens.
Mate, this is the field of dreams.
Field of dreams, there you go.
Like, it is absolutely stunning. The wildflowers, the desert flowers are absolutely stunning. Like, I'm
It looks like margarine over there. You know, sunflower,
Yeah.
margarine, whatever.
That would be canola, Matt. Canola.
It's just like a blanket. I don't know if any camera's going to do this justice. It is like a blanket of yellow that rolls over the hills, like bright yellow daffodil style flowers.
Just amazing.
That is insane.
Yeah. Amazing. What are you up to?
Well, your wild driving has smashed all my Pringles. So I thought I might as well just make it a dust and then I can just drink it.
Go on, drink your Pringles.
Yeah, it's not going to end well if I try. There's nothing worse than smashed Pringles, so I'm just more finish him fatality. Now I can enjoy my Pringles.
Righto, enjoy. I'm going to enjoy the drive. Look at that.
Yeah. Jeez, it goes forever.
Hey, how good's that? Well, mate, we're at day 3 with the Shark in the desert. We've both been driving it. What do you reckon?
Well, mate, I reckon it's quite impressive for pretty well a stock standard car. Like, what's it got? Tyres,
suspension,
rims and coils, not even shocks.
Yeah.
So basically a stock standard car with a whole swag of stuff.
It's
like it's
loaded.
heavy.
It's
like
loaded.
we would be at the capacity of the car.
For sure.
And it's killing it.
Yeah, and I think it's important people understand what it is. It's an all-wheel drive vehicle. It's not a traditional four-wheel drive. For me, it's what can it do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, it can't drive Beer O'Clock Hill. I don't think it was ever designed to do that sort of four-wheel driving.
I think the design of this car is perfect for the general tradie, not even towing a trailer. Like,
I think it's great, though.
Yeah.
You could own one of these as a, let's say, building inspector. You're whizzing around town, But in the next 5 years, you've just bought it, and in the next 5 years, you plan to do a Simpson desert crossing. I think you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Or you go, I want to go to Fraser Island. I think you're going to do it.
Yep.
And that's what most people are using their four-wheel drives for. And dare I say it, that's what most people using, having twin-locked, 35s, yada yadas. The vast majority of them are using them in that way as well. They're not actually using them to their capacity. All right, let's turn right onto Erebina track and head to the Lone Gum.
The Lone Gum.
Mate, the sunset is coming and we've got probably 4 Ks to Lone Gum Tree.
I'll tell you what, that sunset is next level out there.
Yep.
Oh man, this place just keeps turning it on.
Well, there you go. Old no mates.
Use the bark for medicinal purposes, the Aboriginal people. How good is that?
But right now, I'm in a place called Lone Gum. There's 3 of them. So I'm not sure why they're Lone Gum, but maybe once upon a time there was one gum there. You get the most beautiful sunsets out here in the desert. Just, I don't think the camera will do it justice. Well, I'll tell you what, mate, that firewood and that fireplace would be an awesome spot to camp. Yeah?
There's no flies!
There's no flies! And there's a good sunset. And there's a whole heap of bad news right now. Yeah. Well, we got to get up to the French line because otherwise we're just not going to get this job done.
Yeah,
so that means we've got to drive into the night along the Erebina track all the way to French line.
Yeah, cool. But is there like a servo or something? Can I get a pie at the French line?
Yeah. There's a French bakery there.
Oh, that's why it's called the French line.
That's
I should have known.
You should have known. You'll have a beautiful pie for dinner,
let's
mate.
go.
It'll be awesome.
Stop talking about it. I
All
want
right, we'll go. Come on, let's go.
French slice. Let's get it on.
The reason the guys have to get a wriggle on is that both Matt and Lucas are due at the Sydney 4x4 show in just a few days' time. And with a bunch of detours up ahead on the Queensland side of the desert, we simply don't know how long it will take to get from Popple's Corner to Birdsville. But hey, it's the perfect chance to give the lights a run.
With what I do, I get to do an awful lot of night driving, so I find having quality lights absolutely essential. But there's a couple of things that are really important, in my opinion, to determining what is a quality light. Firstly, you want a light that is giving you a really good indication of what you're looking at, and that is achieved by having an excellent color rendering. Now, it's quite a complex subject, but basically it's the color of the light, and they're ranged in different kelvins. So the lights that I'm running on the Shark are a 4000 Kelvin light, and that gives me an excellent yellow warm light. It means that I can see the detail in the road, like I'm driving over corrugations and I can actually see every single corrugation. When you run with a lesser light, you won't see that level of detail. The next thing I look for is a wide spread pattern. I want to be able to see out into my peripheral view so that I can see animals that are coming in, kangaroos or whatever it might be. But that's really important to me. So the Shark is fitted with the Australian-made Ultravision Raptor lights. They have two ranges, the Nitro Max and the Raptor light. On the front are their 120 watt driving lights, and on the roof I've got a 120 watt LED light bar. And for the way I use my lights at night, this is a perfect solution. Well, I've got to head off and find a camp for the night.
Next episode, the boys are back on the French line heading for Popple's Corner, but there's a few big dunes and a big surprise waiting for them up ahead.
Oh, dude.
You are proper bogged this time. The wheel's not even on the ground.
It's in park, isn't it?
I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter because it's on its belly.
Man,
No way.
we need a boat. Has it normally got water in it?
I've never... No.
I don't know how to get the message across. How amazing this place really is.
Stay tuned for Shark Out of Water Part 3.